Welcome in, Motorcade. Very exciting day, walkthrough Wednesday. Just got a 2026 Grand Star 3940. I've been waiting on this one for quite a while, so very excited to get started. This is for a classy trucker. There are a lot of truckers out there. This is definitely for a classy trucker. So let's get started. Come on over. Let's take a look. 3940. This is the Bunkhouse model. I've been waiting on this for quite a while. And as you know, the Motorcade knows that you're going to have a tape measure involved. This is part of the process. So this has the Onyx package. So I definitely was curious to see this, and it looks as good as advertised. I just love that blacked out Onyx package. So of course, I did a walkthrough on the 3444, so you can check that one out as well. But one of the things I'm going to mention is serviceability. So one of the things in a Class A diesel or gas, it's very difficult to work on. So as you can see, you can just pull the hood back. You got a Freightliner, 360 horse. This is on the S2. And basically this is an RV chassis, specifically built for RVs. Now, one of the nice things is, God forbid you ever get in a wreck, but you have a ton of metal in front of you. A ton of metal in front of you. So I hate to say it, you're pretty much going to cream whatever you hit, but so just take that into, you have a lot of nose out ahead of you. So one of the great advantages of a Super C, of course, you got the blacked out solid aluminum. So those are not simulators. And when you get in this front cap, I love how they seam this. They used to seam it down. Now they're seaming it a little bit below that. So this is all one piece. It drops down, then they seam it. I absolutely love that about the way Newmar does that. Now, one of the things I mentioned in the last video, and I'm going to mention it again, this is something you have to take into account. This is a 17-inch step. So if you have hip replacement, knee replacement, it's just something that has to be taken into consideration. This is a steep ascent. So when you're jumping in here, great visibility, feels like your vehicle. And also when you get out, so there's not a whole lot to grab to. So you just have to be careful. You have to turn your foot. You want to turn it this way for sure. If you're going this way, you're probably going to fall. So when you step out, make sure you grab and step down. You do have a nice handle here to hold on to. And just like my last video, if that's too much for you, don't let that discourage you, because you have a nice mid-entry and you basically have a small step in. So we'll talk about that here in just a minute. So obviously, Newmar, we're out under here under the awning of success. We are a top 50 dealer, so we are ranked. I like dealing with companies that are ranked. College football is going to come out here real soon, and everybody talks about the rankings. Where is your team ranked? We're top 50. So if you want to deal with somebody else that's not ranked, that's on you. But when you're dealing with something of this caliber, you want to deal with a dealership. We are a premium Newmar dealer, and we're going to take good care of you. Third generation, family owned. So we're going to do it the right way. All right, so let's get started. Now, one of the things, of course, with the tape measure, this does have a lot more storage than the 3444. So one of the things, of course, Newmar, no fascia. It's nice and flush and sleek. So you don't have to worry about that fascia overhanging, bulb seal, wind noise, water. It's set. So it gives you a nice sleek look. And Newmar definitely takes care of that. So in the first compartment, you're basically 23 by 30. 23 by 30, so that's your first storage compartment. I'm not even going to measure that one because that's the same. Now, you do have on this one a little, it's a little cubby, and it's only about 6 inches deep, but that goes back in there, all right, right around 65 inches. So it's 65 inches deep, and it kind of sets up in there, and it looks like it's about 6 inches deep if you can take a look up in there. So you do have a cubby in there. You got the slide mechanism, so there's a little bit of room up there to store. Another storage compartment. Now, I like the size of this entry door a lot better. So This door is wider. So I believe this one was 27 inches, 27-inch door, so a lot better door to go in and out. It's not as narrow. Gives you plenty of room to get in and out. You don't feel like you're having to turn sideways. Another big, now this one's actually even bigger. You do have a little bit of pass-through, not a whole lot. You can probably see through there. There's a lot. You have this tank, hoses, but you do have pass-through just a little bit. This one's 32. This is a good size compartment here. 32 by 35. Of course, this is full body paint. Newmar has the best paint in the industry, hands down. Been to Napanee, great place to visit. This one, once again, you have this ledge here. It's a little cubby. You are literally about 6 inches tall, and I'm assuming it's going to be about the same as the last one. So it goes, now this one's deeper. So this one goes in about 70 inches deep with that little lip up top. 38 inches, 31. So a lot of storage in there. Once again, flush. Gives it a great look. That's one of those Newmar features. Water tank. 150 gallons of water. 150 gallons of water. Storage compartment. Now this one does have, so this is 25 inches by 18, and this actually does have some pass-through as well, and this is going to be your best pass-through bay by far. Looks like that lip, you're about 8 inches tall in there, so you definitely have some room to take it through. Once again, molded front back cap here, molded back cap. Lights are integrated. You're not just taking a flat sheet of fiberglass and sticking lights on it. So this is all integrated. Has a nice look around the top. Backup camera. This is 12,000 pound tow with 1,200 pounds. So you basically 12,000 pound of tow, and then if you want to put a motorcycle on there, it can handle up to 1,200 pounds. So heavy duty. Side swinging, one piece, radius doors. Got a nice little storage bin here, 18 inches by 17. So this is one of the things is as you go around, power reel. You actually have a little more storage in here. So this is on a power reel. One of those American features. You don't want to be wrestling a 50 amp cord. Side swinging doors. There's your 2,000 watt inverter. Everything's easy to get to if you ever have to have maintenance. 6 batteries, but those are 400 amp hours. So a ton of battery capacity. Fuel, it's your fueling station. This is a spot for the old stinky slinky right here. So you don't have to put it in your compartment because that ozite carpet, you can see like that ozite carpet in there. You don't want that getting wet, and you don't want to smell it. So this is a spot for the stinky slinky. Come on down, you have your bay. Outside shower, whole house water filtration, all your components, valves, low point drains. Once again, everything's easy to get to. Your water pump. Sometimes those water pumps are tough to find. So that's easy to get to. We actually have a decent little size bay here. So I'm going to call it 19 by 17. That's a nice little bay. 8 kW, runs right off the same fuel tank. So you're not mixing propane, different fuel types. Diesel, this is all electric, so diesel runs everything. And when you're out on the road, that is such a nice premium. All right, the Oasis Chinook, hydronic heat, unlimited hot water. So this is a diesel boiler. So you basically can heat your water with electric or a diesel boiler. So very nice system. You can look that up. And of course, as you come down, I didn't open it up, but this is where this has 6 gallons of DEF. And basically you pull that little compartment out. Once again, the ascent in, it's got nice handles though. So if you're going in, but just be cognizant that's not the easiest thing to climb into. You don't want to get out on the road and be like, man, I bought this and this is just too hard to get in and out. But once again, you have the midship entry. Cummins red easy to access. Now on this, I noticed, so you have the diamond shield on the front. This is where you get all the action. This is what takes the beating. And I was kind of wondering about this paint, but they actually put diamond shield actually where you're kicking right in here. You can feel the lip. So they actually diamond shield that because you're kicking into that paint. You don't want to scratch the paint. Now, one of the things as you're coming around, everybody wants to see it with the slides in. So let's go. So when you stop, what are you looking at? Stop at a gas station. What do we have to look at? So as you come in, nice 27-inch door. Now when you go, this one has the theater seat option, and when you go theater seat, they actually take the booth down to 30 inches. So you can see that if you want to watch the televator, the nice thing is that lips up, so your feet can slide under it. So if you're tall, if you're really tall, this is probably not going to work. But you actually can slide your feet under and watch TV if you go with the theater seat option. So as you can see, it gets pretty tight through here. So if you have dogs, you're looking at about 9 inches of clearance getting through. And then the other question is, can I get to my refrigerator? All right, well, let's take a look. You can get to your refrigerator, so that's no problem when you stop. No problem whatsoever. Now, the only thing is, if you want to get to the bathroom, this is 14 inches. All right, so it does have a chop door. So, but as you can see, this is definitely tighter, and you want to be on the other side, and this door just swings in, so that's no problem there. So you can get in, no problem getting in. It's just this is the tightest area as far as to get to the bathroom. Of course, you can get to the bed. So we're going to get this thing opened up, and we're going to do a walkthrough on the inside as well. Thanks. Come on in. All right, so I have almost all the slides. But I wanted to show you one of those iconic Newmar features, and they actually slide lock all their slides. So great if you're out west on a very, very violent road and you're vibrating, you're rocking a lot. So you actually, once the slide's all the way out, you can lock them into place. So that's definitely an iconic Newmar feature. So I'm going to go ahead and put this slide all the way out. I wanted you to see that. Newmar invented the slide. They were the first ones to do it. You can see the backlit on the fascia. Just gives it a nice touch. All right, let's start at the back. I got drawers out everywhere. And as you can see, great storage under the bed. So a lot of people, they want to know what's under the bed. So looks like right around 8 inches as far as deep. So great storage. King bed. Good deep shelves, storage above, CPAP shelf, you got to have those. Everybody's on a CPAP machine, so you have the shelf, deep storage, good drawers, of course, TV straight across, so getting ready, you have a lot of room to maneuver. Once the slides are all the way out during the day, you're not having to fight around a bed. Good walk around to make your bed. A lot of people complain about that, especially in the RV industry. Now we go into the old bathroom, and you can see great storage, tons of storage actually. Corner, medicine cabinet, chop door, just so you can see it. So the chop door, plenty of room. You're sitting down. 45. So if you've had Taco Bell the night before, 45 gallons for black. That's really good. And if you like to take, like my oldest son, who takes way too long with showers, 100 gallons in the gray. So you can stand here all day if you want. Not quite, but pretty close. So good room in the shower. Plenty of room, plenty of headroom. Good room for the bathroom. This chop door, of course, you're going to shut that. It's going to give you the room. They use that because the slide comes in so deep. Bunks. Now this is my family. This is where I'm a bunk family. I have 4. So good size. Nice thing is you can use these bunks basically for storage. You can use them for your dog, cat, animals, pig, whatever you're carrying with you. Or 2 nice bunks to give you plenty of room. You have the old barber sweep there. Sweep the debris over there. Pulls it right in. Touchpad, home, voltage levels, lights controls, HVAC. Now, one of those things, just as you look up, you see the vents, and the actual AC is not perforating through the ceiling. So this cuts your noise, I don't know, probably by half. Because just like a window unit at your house, it's loud, it's vibrating, you can hear it, it overpowers you. They actually put the ACs on top and then it blows down. So this is a lot quieter setup, so you don't see any ACs. Great feature on the new Mars. Of course, you got your washer and dryer. So if you want to build your quarter slots in there and start charging your neighbors for laundry, you can do it. Good pantry doors. They actually lock too. So you have several. And you actually can adjust them. So they have pegs, so you can adjust those in. Of course, residential refrigerator, of course, it has the lock, so you can lock it into place. Great residential fridge. So you don't have to wait 2 days for your ice, your freezer pops to freeze, and you can't put hot stuff in there. It's residential. You don't have to worry about those things. Look at these drawers. Look how deep these drawers are. For your pans. Nice deep drawers. Of course, this is all electric, induction cooktop. So no worry about propane. Once again, look at the depths of these drawers. Makes a big difference. Of course, you have your sink. It is one. So some people like 2, but it is 1. Now, once again, you're going to notice this, of course, an extra little bit of countertop storage up under. When you go to that theater, you get 30 inches. So it is something you're going to have to take into account. It gives you the nice theater on the other side with the televator, but so it's 2 people. It's 2 people. Of course, you got your frameless windows, day night, great TV placement. It's actually really comfortable. So you're gonna have those rainy days. You're gonna have those days where you have to hang out inside. This is built to do that. Now, when you're up front, the old shade. It's the first time I've seen that. So easy privacy. And I wish the sun was shining, but there's plenty of room up here. Because actually, if the sun was shining, there's a cloud overhead. So you won't see this on the option sheet, but there is a tanning bed. So doesn't matter what season it is, as long as you got the sun shining in here, you can work on your tan. You won't see that on the options, but great feature. I mean, actually, I can see half the sky. So for kids, how cool is that? If you're out in Yellowstone, California, Lake Tahoe, out west, I mean, what a great view of the sky. So panorama. This is probably one of the bigger windows I've actually seen in the industry. Ducted, so even if they have this shut, it won't get too hot because the insulation, they only put so much insulation in here. So even if you have this shut, it's ducted, so you're gonna get your AC and stay nice and cold. You have the little cubbies. So now the fun part for an adult is getting down here. Ladder goes up. I like this. So you can just keep that up. It's not going to fall on your head in transit. So obviously if you're done with the bed. So if you look at the sleeping capacity, this is absolutely amazing. So this one speaks to me, of course, for 4 kids. So you can sleep up here. You actually can drop this and sleep. So you have one spot. You have the bunks, and then you have the back bed. So ton of sleeping capacity, especially with the cab over. And then to get in, take off. So here you can see comfortable air seats, all your features, devices, cameras, so everything, leveling, of course. Once again, 360 horse. So hopefully, obviously, it's one thing to do a video walkthrough. It's one thing to see it in person, test drive it. So come out here and see us. This is Motor Mike reporting for RCD Sales, and we're out here to take good care of you. This is Vacation Trucker. Hope you come out and see us soon. Like and subscribe. No tipping, please. Just like and subscribe. Thanks.